but my favorite in the warm tones is one called Biscuit. Even the name I just love. It just makes me think of a biscuit I would have with coffee. In this chapter of BLONDME, I am going to talk to you about toners. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but because BLONDME is such a robust premium blonding line, we also have toners that I feel like a lot of people don't even realize we have. So in our BLONDME toners, we have two types of toners. We have regular toners, which are called pastel toners, or we have deep toners. You might be like, deep toners, what? Deep toners are exactly what they sound like. They're darker toners to tone on darker levels. So maybe I did lift somebody from a level 4 to a level 7, and that's all I got her to. I have a toner I can use to tone her at a level 7. Maybe I want to use my deep toners for shadow reading, or maybe I want to low light in hair. I have deep toners for that. We wanted BLONDME to be a toolbox for all of your blonding needs. And so we have that because we have several different pastel toners and deep toners as well. Now I want to talk a little bit about the technology that's inside of our toners. You're pretty familiar with our technology in Vibrance. The technology in our BLONDME toners is very similar. We do use vitamins B3 and B5 along with sugar molecules. The biggest difference between Vibrance toners and BLONDME toners is that our toners in BLONDME are pH neutral. What does that mean? That means if I'm using a BLONDME toner on the hair and there's virgin hair, there's no ability to shift that virgin hair later. So you'll strictly be doing deposit only with no opportunity to shift. I have swatched out a few swatches for you in the toners. There are more than what's on this board, so I challenge you to go on to our Ask-E-Learning website and check out all the toners that we have, or get your own intro kit to where you can have the book as well, and the book will have all the toners for you. Over here, I started lightest into our more fashion toners. Ice is probably our most popular toner within BLONDME. This is most similar to, I'd say, 10-1 in Vibrance, and the fact that it's really that anti-yellow. This has that blue-violet color direction that's going to get rid of any yellow in the hair and give you this nice, cool blonde effect. Now, maybe you've lifted somebody and they're not quite to that pale yellow, like inside of a banana peel yellow. They're slightly darker, but still a level 9, or maybe a high level 8. Ice Iris has slightly more pigment weights and has a little bit more of that pearl color to it to help tone out if they didn't quite get to that inside of a banana peel yellow. It gives you almost that iridescent feel. Going into some warmer shades that we have, one of our most popular is Sand, which I don't have a swatch, but my favorite in the warm tones is one called Biscuit. Even the name I just love. It just makes me think of a biscuit I would have with coffee. So when we take a look at this, you can see it's just so soft. It has this nice little warmth to it, and almost this tiniest little hint of almost like this slight warmth to it that's almost on the edge of copper, but it's more warm than anything. It almost has a cinnamon feel to it in a very pale tone. Now, right next to it, we have Brown Mahogany. Brown Mahogany sits a little bit deeper. My Biscuit is going to be for a pale yellow, like inside of a banana peel yellow. Whereas Brown Mahogany would be if I didn't quite get her to inside of a banana peel, it's going to be slightly warmer, but also slightly deeper than my Biscuit. And you can see that in these swatches here. So a little bit more depth if I didn't quite get her to pale yellow. We do have a few fashion toners in the range as well. The two I chose to put up are Lilac. Lilac is going to have this nice, slight violet-y tone to it. If it's put on really porous hair or white hair, it will have that lilac feel to it. But if you have a lot of yellow in your hair, that violet could kick out some of the yellow that you have and help with neutralizing. So I actually mix my lilac sometimes into Ice or Ice Iris, just a little bit when I need a little extra kick to kick out the yellow. Strawberry then, we've seen a lot of pink in hair. This is just this soft kind of bubblegum pink. So it's going to give you that nice pink feel. I like taking strawberry and mixing it with, we have one called peach sorbet to get kind of this pinky coppery feel, or mixing just a tiny bit of strawberry into my ice and getting just this slight pinky with an iridescent cool. So the great thing is all the toners can be mixed together. So I challenge you to create your own formula and tag us on Instagram at Schwarzkopf USA so that we can see what you've come up with. As far as deep toners go, again, they're just toners for darker levels. There are 4 different toners. The lightest of the toners is our milk chocolate. You can see this sits closer to a level 8. So milk chocolate has that nice, rich chocolate feel to it. When I look at milk chocolate, I think of this, but slightly diluted from milk chocolate. The next one we have is deep chestnut. Deep chestnut is going to be more about a level 6 is where this one sits. And I like to think of this like our -16, like a cendré chocolate, like almost like a smoky chocolate feel. And this will definitely add depth because it sits more of like a level 6. We do have one called nougat that sits beautifully in between these two. I don't have a swatch for you. So again, go to our Ask-e-Learning or go to our e-Academy or check out our book. The last one we have here is going to be our granite. Granite is going to be the coolest of the deep toners, and I'll sometimes add that in when I have a silver. Maybe I'm using my steel blue pastel toner and I want to add just that little bit of granite to really give more of a silver look because it has that really cool effect, and it sits at about a level 6 as well. But you can see it's much cooler than our deep chestnut as well. So what I love about these toners is their texture. They come out of the tube in a gel formula. So kind of like when you get the gel activator out in Vibrance, these are maybe slightly thicker of a gel than that out of the tube. When mixed with your 7-volume BLONDME developer, you can actually do bowl and brush application or bottle application because the consistency is perfect for either one. You only need to use 7-volume BLONDME developer because you're only depositing, you're not getting any lift. So I challenge you to go to our e-learning, find the rest of the toners that are not up here, and check out our book, get your intro kit so that you can get your book as well, to check out all of the toners that we have in the range and play with them, and tag us on Instagram at Schwarzkopf USA.